Hey loves, Dima here and you're welcome to another video. Thank you so much for clicking. If you're new, please tap that red subscribe button on your interface before you leave. Also tap that bell icon next to it so you could be notified on my future videos. Today's video I'm going to be sharing with you how to prevent single strand knots in your hair. If that looks like what you're interested in, please keep on watching and I'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. So single strand knots or fairy knots are common for those of us with coily, kinky hair. They feel like tiny beads along the hair shafts and can result in breakage or shedding while combing or styling hair. You will agree with me that throughout your hair journey that you have experienced single strand knots in your hair, especially when your hair is not stretched. It mostly occurs when hair is shrunken. In order for us to prevent this from happening, we need to figure out what really causes them in the first place. What really causes single strand knots in your hair? Knots usually occur when a strand of hair wraps up around another and become intertwined. More strands can actually wrap up around themselves to form even larger knots. Shorter coily hair and tightly coily hair are more prone to single strand knots. Other causes of single strand knots include manipulation of hair while shampooing or styling, or friction from pillows and scarves. These are the things that can actually cause single strand knots. With that being said, let's move over to how to prevent single strand knots from occurring in our hair. Whether you go by using one method to prevent single strand knots in your hair, or you go by many methods to preventing single strand knots in your hair, you will notice that over time it will become more easier for you to detangle your hair and then prevent single strand knots from occurring. The first method to preventing single strand knots from occurring in your hair is by detangling. It is impossible to completely avoid single strand knots, but one of the ways to prevent single strand knots in your hair is to detangle your hair before shampooing. During the process of pre-pooing or even before pre-pooing, detangle your hair first before shampooing. This is one of the best ways to prevent single strand knots in your hair. Detangling your hair before shampooing or styling. The second method you can use to prevent single strand knots in your hair is by the use of praying hands method. I know you may be wondering what this means. While shampooing your hair, applying products on your hair, try to use the praying hands method. I'm going to be demonstrating that for you guys. While shampooing your hair, concentrate the shampoo on your scalp using your fingers to scrub your scalp to release excess buildup. Then allow the lather to run down your hair length or shaft with your hair in between your palm, and then press that down. Use your hands to walk that shampoo lather down your hair strands. This method helps your hair to be manageable enough and to prevent tangles while you're working with your hair. Be it shampooing or applying products on your hair, use the praying hands method. So I'm trying to demonstrate the praying hands method. While shampooing, concentrate your shampoo in your scalp and then use your hands, use your fingers to scrub your scalp to release excess buildup. Then allow the shampoo lather to run through your hair strands. Then use your hands to press your hands together like so with your hair in between your palm, and then put the lather down like so. That way you're minimizing tangles. It helps your hair manageable enough while shampooing or applying products, and at the same time keeps your hair tangle free. That's what this method does. Now the third method on how you can prevent single strand knots from occurring in your hair take care of your hair before you go to bed. Now, a lot of us go to bed with our hair loose. That's very wrong. Put your hair in twists, braids, or even get an African threading method done in your hair. You can put your hair in twists just like I did before going to bed. Do not go to bed with your hair loose. If not, you're going to end up with tangles and loads of single strand knots in your hair. Try to twist your hair up into maybe 3 to 4 sections, or even more than 5 sections, just to keep your hair tangle free while you sleep. And also make sure to wear satin scarf and bonnets before you sleep. This helps minimize tangles and helps your hair to remain stretched. This also helps prevent your hair from shrinking up while you sleep. So by twisting them or braiding them or using an African method can actually keep them away from shrinkage while you sleep and move around in the bed. Also, make sure to use satin pillowcase, scarves, bonnets to protect your hair before you sleep. This will help reduce friction while you sleep. The fourth method on how you can prevent single strand knots from occurring in your hair is apply conditioners and oils on your tips. I'm going to be demonstrating that. If you apply conditioner and oil on your tips, this will help lubricate that section of your hair. It will help lubricate your hair tips, thereby preventing them from drying out and coiling up or getting intertwined. That is why you have to keep that area lubricated. After applying the leave-in conditioner and the oil on your tips, make sure to twirl your tips. This will help prevent the hair from tangling up. This will help minimize friction, or this will help lubricate your hair. I'm going to be demonstrating how you can do this. Now, take for instance, this is my hair right now and this is my tips, and I don't want this to tangle up or to form knots. Then I'm going to be applying my leave-in conditioner like so on the tips. Can you see that? This will help lubricate this section of my hair because they always tangle up. They always get intertwined among themselves and then tangle up. So after applying my leave-in conditioner, I'll go ahead and use my hair oil like so. What I'm doing is to basically lubricate this section of my hair and to prevent it from tangling up. So when the hair is lubricated, it won't dry out, and at the same time it will stay lubricated and not break or form knots. When hair is dry, that's when they tangle up and form knots. So after applying the leave-in conditioner and the oil, go ahead and twirl that section like so. This will help prevent them from tangling and forming knots. That brings me to the next point. The fifth method, protect your ends. As you can see, I'm wearing a bun right now. I have my ends tucked into my hair. This will help protect my ends from the harsh environment. This will help protect my ends from drying out, because when hair is dried out, it causes tangles, and from tangling up, you start seeing knots on your ends. That way you're keeping them away from the environment, which dries them out. So try to tuck your ends in, whether you're wearing cornrows, you're wearing whichever protective style you're wearing. Try to tuck your ends in. Stop exposing your ends. Tuck those beautiful ends of yours in. The sixth method to preventing your hair from single strand knots is cut them off. If you see any knots that refuses to undo, if you meet any knot in your hair and you try to undo them and they refuse, please do not negotiate with them. Cut them off, because the more you keep them, the more they cause more harm to your hair. You can cut them off using hair shears. Hair shears is a hair tool specifically made for cutting hair. Do not use regular scissors. I'm going to be showing you the difference between the two, hair shear and regular scissors. This is my hair shear and this is the regular scissors. The difference is clear. Do not use this to cut your hair. This is specifically made for cutting hair. From what you can see, you notice that there are two different scissors. This is way sharper than this. Go to any beauty supply store to get yours. So this is what hair shear looks like, and that is what is recommended for use anytime you want to cut your hair. That brings me to the end of this video. Applying these tips and tricks will help you prevent single strand knots in your hair whenever they pop up. If you have experienced single strand knots, what tips do you have to deal with them? Please share with me in the comment section below, and I would love to read your comments. What tips have helped you prevent single strand knots in your hair? Please share with us in the comment section below. If I find your comment interesting and more informative, I'm going to pin it for others to read. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate. If you watched up to this point, thank you so much. Please remember to share this video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed up till now, please click that red subscribe button to join my family. Tap that bell icon so you could be notified so you don't miss my videos again. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video by God's grace. Bye.